Good morning. These are your Nassau Guardian highlights for Friday, March 20th, 2026, brought to you by your Daily Bahamas headlines, especially for people on the go and those who are visually impaired. We begin with the main story, where police are now investigating 98 suspected cases of passport fraud. Chief Passport Officer Nicholas Symonette confirmed that these cases have been referred to the Royal Bahamas Police Force, emphasizing that the system is working, not failing, because improved review processes are identifying irregularities. The issue has sparked political debate after Opposition Leader Michael Pintard raised concerns about individuals with fraudulent passports being on the voters' register. Government officials have pointed to a 2019 policy under the previous administration that allowed passport renewals with limited documentation, which they say weakened verification processes. That policy has since been reversed, with stricter multi-stage checks now in place. Calls are growing for a full audit of the Passport Office, while officials say efforts are ongoing to clean up the voters' register. In other national news, health officials are raising concern about gambling addiction, describing it as a hidden and often undiagnosed problem. Experts say many patients suffer from multiple conditions such as depression or substance abuse, making the addiction harder to detect. There are warnings that untreated gambling addiction can lead to serious consequences, including financial ruin, homelessness, and even suicidal thoughts. There was also a frightening incident involving a Pineapple Air flight where landing gear failed to deploy. The aircraft, carrying 19 people, made an emergency landing in Eleuthera. Thankfully, no injuries were reported, but investigations are ongoing into the cause of the malfunction. On the economic front, the Caribbean Development Bank says the region has an opportunity to become a global model for resilience. Officials noted that the next decade will be critical in determining whether Caribbean nations can unlock their full potential despite vulnerabilities such as climate risks and limited fiscal space. Turning to other national developments, the government is planning to assist Bahamian social media influencers in monetizing their content, with an upcoming conference aimed at creating opportunities for digital income. Meanwhile, environmental officials say efforts are underway to protect the country's pine forests, highlighting their economic importance in areas like tourism, fishing, and sustainable resource use. In the courts, a woman has been fined and ordered to repay funds after pleading guilty in a phishing scam that targeted a bank customer. And in another matter, testimony continued in a libel case involving allegations against a businessman who denied any inappropriate relationship with a former police officer. Now to the editorial, which focuses heavily on the upcoming general election. It warns that while recent polling shows the governing party leading, a large percentage of voters remain undecided. The editorial suggests this should concern all political parties and points to widespread voter apathy. It emphasizes that the next election could be highly competitive and urges citizens not to take democracy for granted. The opinion piece reinforces that message, calling on Bahamians to register and participate in the electoral process. It stresses that voting is both a right and a responsibility, especially at a time when global examples show the consequences of limited democratic freedoms. In the letters to the editor, there are strong concerns raised about national issues. One letter calls for stricter regulation of the tourism sector following allegations of misconduct involving visitors, urging better vetting and protection measures. Another highlights ongoing strain within the healthcare system, particularly nurse shortages and delayed payments, calling for stronger leadership and urgent action. A third letter defends the leadership of the current administration while criticizing the opposition's internal challenges. Before we close, we invite you to purchase a copy of today's Nassau Guardian, or visit their website to read the full stories and much more in today's edition. And that's your morning update. Remember, staying informed is the first step toward making wise decisions. As the saying goes, an informed nation is a stronger nation. Enjoy your day, be blessed, and be a blessing.